Hey! After months of steamy speculation, impromptu internet posts and persistent pipe dreams, and a long-lasting, fight Manny Pacquiao. But Floyd Mayweather has finally stopped teasing the road. His next fight now, at long last, officially on the books is Marcos Maidana. Come on down, buddy. This Argentinian slugger will be the next man immortalized by the Mayweather. Propelled and started by a relentless hype machine that, started working long before his name was pulled out of the hat. By careful design, it's an announcement much anticipated, one that seems exciting, even if it's not! So Mayweather, he had the boxing road dancing to his beat. The sports media, willing to play along with his cat and mouse game of who will it be, immediately after defeating Sal Canelo Alvarez back in September, the game's begun. Mayweather announced his next fight on the spot. It would be said, on May 3rd, 2014. What he failed to mention, of course, was his opponent! So, tantalizing fans and media alike. Now, eventually, the list of potential opponents was whittled down to two names. Maidana and the sleek British technician, Amir Khan. The fight's front runner, Khan appeared to be in the driver's seat. He cancelled his scheduled bout with Devin Alexander to make sure he was available for Mayweather, leading to rampant speculation about was a done deal. Now, it was even announced at one point that the fight was on. It made a certain amount of sense, too. Despite losing two of his last four, Khan remains a legitimate attraction in Britain, and his hand-speed and technical acumen was thought to be an interesting challenge for the pound-to-pound great. Basically, the Mayweather poll, he won. He's the bigger name and, holds a 2010 victory over Maidana. Now, ultimately, though, the only opinion that matters in Mayweather's, despite all the compelling reasons to go with Khan on Monday, Mayweather gave himself a 37th birthday present, announcing his next opponent, the Argentinian slugger and the not speedy British boxer. So, it felt that after countless articles and incessant discussion on forums and Twitter, like an exceedingly big deal. These as much as impeccable defensive prowess is Mayweather's true genius. It simply announced Maidana's name. The response in the boxing world would have been barely disguised yawn. Instead, he made a production of it, surrounding the somewhat drab announcement with enough bright lights and shiny things that it became, an announcement that mattered. In truth, Maidana is not a big name outside the insular world of hardcore boxing fans, nor despite claims from some of the boxing media, is this a matchup earned in the ring? The true merit challenger, just gave him, that would be Tim Bradley, separated from Floyd by his affiliation with Bob Arum's Top Rank in HBO. It's a bridge Mayweather and television partners at Showtime refused to cross, one that continuously cheats the boxing fans out of the best possible matchups. Now, make no mistake, Maidana's a tough fighter, a relentless brawler who even showed Mayweather's protege, Adrian Broner, how dangerous he could be if you aren't bringing your A game. Now, evidently, Mayweather's paying close attention to the fight, making Maidana the boxing equivalent of a lottery winner. And saying, quote, Marcos Maidana's last performance immediately brought him to my attention, Mayweather said. He's an extremely skilled fighter who brings in knockout danger to the ring. And it is a great fight for me, and he deserves the opportunity to see if he could do what 45 others have tried to do before him. But he's also an opponent tailor-made for Floyd's style, predictable, and they're waiting to be hate. You could also almost picture how the fight will play out in your head. Maidana will come out charging for Mayweather for long 12 rounds, eating leather all along the way. His opponent frustratingly refusing to stand and trade. Maidana's won't break, but inevitably his body will. Each valiant charge will be just slower, each haymaker a little further down from the mark. It's a fight almost predestined to be drubbing. And at times, Mayweather's boxing brilliance is, his bout with Alvarez broke records at the gate and generated more pay-per-view revenue than any other fight in boxing history. But it was also one-sided that Forbes, Kurt Badenhausen, argues that it might actually hurt Mayweather's future boxing office power. Saying, quote, Mayweather's in a tough position. His destruction of a top challenger in Canelo Alvarez in the fight billed as the one, makes the promotion of his upcoming fights difficult. Fans will hesitate to plunk down $75 for a high-def pay-per-view telecast. If no one gives the opponent a chance, it is also buying what's a busy box office season on pay-per-view with one telecast a month between March and June, featuring the sport's biggest stars, including Mayweather, Alvarez, Manny Pacquiao, Miguel Cotto. There were only 4 boxing pay-per-view telecasts in all 2013. Fans are going to have choices of which fight cards they want to buy. The argument makes a certain amount of sense. After all, Mayweather can demolish the best young fighter in the world. What chance does anyone else have? But it's an argument that could have easily been made throughout his career. He's kind of go through 5 divisions on his way to becoming a legend. In the end, the opponent is largely irrelevant. Mayweather's a spectacle. We're not buying any particular fighter or opponent at this point. He's the attraction. He's Flair's boxing style, his boxing bona fides drawing us in despite every reason not to watch. So Marcus Maidana, Amir Khan, Tim Bradley, who's across the ring hardly matters. It's Floyd's world and everyone just has to be here for the show.